हेलो एवरीबॉडी, वेलकम टू आवर चैनल सिंपली नोट्स। इस वीडियो में हम टीचिंग एप्टीट्यूड के कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स से रिलेटेड MCQs विद देयर आंसर्स एंड एक्सप्लेनेशन स्टडी करेंगे। टीचिंग एप्टीट्यूड से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस बहुत सारे एग्जाम से पूछे जाते हैं, जैसे बीएड एंट्रेंस एग्जाम, UGC नेट एग्जाम, PRT, TGT एटसेट्रा। इस वीडियो में हमने टीचिंग एप्टीट्यूड से रिलेटेड कुछ MCQs कंपाइल किए हैं जो कि एग्जाम में पूछे जा सकते हैं। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। First question is, which of the following statements is correct? A. Syllabus is a part of curriculum. B. Syllabus is an annexure to curriculum. C. Curriculum is the same in all educational institutions affiliated to a particular university. D. Syllabus is not the same in all educational institutions affiliated to a particular university. Correct answer is option A. Annexure is addition to something, often a document. Syllabus is not an addition to something, but it is a document that defines the subject. Syllabus आपको बताता है कि आप एक सब्जेक्ट से रिलेटेड क्या क्या टॉपिक स्टडी करोगे। अगर करिकुलम की बात करें तो करिकुलम एक ब्रॉडर टर्म है, विच मीन्स ओवरऑल कंटेंट ऑफ अ कोर्स और अ प्रोग्राम। तो एक कोर्स में आप क्या क्या स्किल्स सीखोगे, क्या लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस होगा, किस तरह की नॉलेज गेन करोगे, वो कोर्स डिज़ाइन में आता है। करिकुलम ये एक ब्रॉडर टर्म है, तो सिलेबस हम बोल सकते हैं कि करिकुलम का एक पार्ट है। सो देयरफॉर द करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन ए, सिलेबस इज अ पार्ट ऑफ करिकुलम। Second question is, which of the following statement is not correct? Lecture method can develop reasoning. Lecture method can develop knowledge. Lecture method is one-way process. During lecture method, students are passive. So here you need to find out the false statement. So the correct answer is option A. Lecture method can develop reasoning. Lecture method में one-way communication होता है, where teacher plays an active role and students play passive role. Teacher is only transferring the knowledge. तो नॉलेज तो डेवलप हो रही है, पर स्टूडेंट्स का कोई इंटरैक्शन या पार्टिसिपेशन नहीं होता है। सो इट डजंट बिल्ड क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग स्किल्स एंड रीजनिंग स्किल्स, हेंस द स्टेटमेंट लेक्चर मेथड कैन डेवलप रीजनिंग इज इनकरेक्ट। थर्ड क्वेश्चन इज, द मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ टीचिंग एट हायर एजुकेशन लेवल इज टू प्रिपेयर स्टूडेंट्स टू पास एग्जामिनेशन, टू डेवलप द कैपेसिटी टू टेक डिसीजंस, टू गिव न्यू इंफॉर्मेशन, to motivate students to ask questions during lecture. Correct answer is option B, to develop capacity to take decisions. Fourth question is, foundation training to the newly recruited IAS probationers is imparted by Indian Institute of Public Administration, Administrative Staff College of India, LBS National Academy of Administration, Center for Advanced Studies. Correct answer is option C, Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration, which is located in Mussoorie, Uttarakhand. UPSC सिविल सर्विस एग्जाम क्लियर करने के बाद जितने भी फ्रेश रिक्रूट्स हैं उनकी ट्रेनिंग होती है डिफरेंट इंस्टीट्यूशंस में, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द सर्विस एलोकेटेड टू देम। IAS या IFS या IPS, IRS एटसेट्रा। पर before sending them to their respective institutions, they are first sent to Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration, where they are given initial training called the foundation course, which runs for 4 months. In this course, the feeling of equality among all the trainees is introduced. इसके बाद सबको जो भी उनके respective training institutes हैं वहाँ भेज दिया जाता है. But the IAS remain at the LBS National Academy of Administration to continue their training, which lasts for about 2 years. सो जो इंडियन पुलिस सर्विस मतलब IPS ट्रेनीज होते हैं, दे मूव ऑन टू दी सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल नेशनल पुलिस अकेडमी इन हैदराबाद. द इंडियन फॉरेस्ट सर्विस ऑफिसर्स गो टू द इंदिरा गांधी नेशनल फॉरेस्ट अकेडमी इन देहरादून फॉर देयर ट्रेनिंग. अदर ग्रुप ए सेंट्रल सर्विसेज ऑफिसर्स सच एज द इंडियन फॉरेन सर्विस proceed to the Foreign Service Institute India located in New Delhi. Indian Revenue Services IRS officers move on to either the National Academy of Direct Taxes Nagpur or the National Academy of Customs, Excise and Narcotics Faridabad, depending on the branch they are allocated to go. So there are two branches of the IRS income tax, and IRS, customs and central excise. Fifth question is, which are the characteristics of continuous and comprehensive evaluation? It increases the workload on students by taking multiple tests. It replaces marks with grades. It evaluates every aspect of the student. It helps in reducing examination phobia. Correct answer is option D. Continuous and comprehensive evaluation means evaluation of students covering all aspects of students' development on continuous basis. CBSE ने ये जो कॉन्सेप्ट है CCE, दैट इज कॉन्टिन्यूस एंड कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इवैल्यूएशन, वो लाया था 2009-2010 में, और इंटेंशन था स्टूडेंट्स का वर्कलोड कम करना बाय टेकिंग सेवरल स्मॉल टेस्ट्स थ्रू आउट द ईयर इन प्लेस ऑफ अ सिंगल टेस्ट एट द एंड ऑफ द एकेडमिक ईयर. As part of this system, students' marks were replaced by grades that were evaluated through a series of extracurricular evaluations and academics. Sixth question is, in which teaching method learners' participation is made optimal and proactive? A. Discussion method, B. Bus session method, C. Brainstorming session method, or D. Project method. Correct answer is option D. Project method, which is based on the principle of learn by doing. Seventh question is, on the basis of summative tests, a teacher is interpreting his or her students' performance in terms of their wellness lifestyle evident in behavior. This will be called A. Formative testing, B. Continuous and comprehensive evaluation, C. Norm referenced testing, or D. Criterion referenced testing. Correct answer is option D. Criterion referenced testing. Criterion referenced test में students की performance को measure किया जाता है on the basis of some fixed standards और criterias. So जो comparison होता है वो fixed standards के साथ होता है, बाकी के students की performance के साथ नहीं. For example, इस question में जो criteria है वो lifestyle है जिसके basis पर students की performance evaluate की जा रही है. So this is criterion referenced testing. Now let's understand the other tests also given in the options. I told you about the CCE pattern, continuous and comprehensive evaluation, in previous question. So we already know this term, right? इसके अंदर दो तरह के टेस्ट आते हैं, the formative and summative. Formative tests evaluate करते हैं students की class performance, classwork, homework, submission of projects assigned, and the active participation in various activities conducted in class. So it is a in-process evaluation. On the other hand, summative tests are 3-hour written tests to evaluate the academic insight of the student. Summative assessments evaluate student learning, knowledge, proficiency, or success at the conclusion of an instructional period like a unit, course, or program. For example, summative assessments include जैसे कि mid-term exam या final project जो year end में बनता है. Then there is norm referenced testing. These tests measure students' performance in comparison to other students. They measure whether the students have performed better or worse than other test takers. Eighth question is, the authoritarian level teaching is teacher-centered, child-centered, headmaster-centered, or experience-based. Correct answer is option A. This is a teacher-centered approach because teachers have a high level of control over the classroom but a low level of involvement with students. Authoritarian teachers avoid close connections with students. The teacher expects students to remain quiet and discourage active discussions. Any inappropriate behavior encounters strict punishment. Ninth question is, who developed the interaction analysis category system in education for increasing the teacher effectiveness? Flanders, Rion, Amidon and Simon, Richard Over. Correct answer is option A, Flanders. Ned Flanders developed a system of interaction analysis to study what is happening in a classroom when a teacher teaches. Interaction analysis category system. ये एक ऑब्जर्वेशनल टूल है, टेक्निक है, जिसमें क्लासरूम बिहेवियर ऑब्जर्व किया जाता है, एनालाइज किया जाता है, टीचर का भी और स्टूडेंट्स का भी, जब वो एक दूसरे से इंटरैक्ट करते हैं। और सिर्फ जो वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन है टीचर और स्टूडेंट्स के बीच में, वही ऑब्जर्व की जाती है। नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन इज नॉट टेकन इनटू अकाउंट। 10th question is, one of the important theory of moral development has been proposed by Lawrence Kohlberg, Eric Fromm, Daniel Coleman or Benjamin Bloom. Correct answer is option A. American psychologist Lawrence Kohlberg developed this theory of moral development that focuses on how children develop morality and moral reasoning. So there are 3 primary levels: pre-conventional, conventional and post-conventional. At each level of moral development, there are 2 stages. So there are total 6 stages. To study this theory in detail, you can visit our website. I've shared the link of the website in the description box. 11th question is, NUEPA is mainly concerned with educational supervision, educational unity, educational planning, educational evaluation. Correct answer is option C, educational planning. But ये term है क्या, NUEPA? It is National University of Educational Planning and Administration, previously also known as National Institute of Educational Planning and Administration. It was established by UNESCO as Asian Regional Center for Educational Planners and Administrators in 1962. In 1970, the institute was taken over by the government of India from UNESCO. It was awarded with the status of deemed to be university in August 2006. This university is now fully authorized to conduct its own examinations and give degrees. It's an autonomous body that deals with management, planning and building of education policy, not only in India but also in South Asia. International organizations like World Bank, UNESCO, etc. also take assistance from the NUEPA on several issues. Next question is, the name of Yashpal Committee Report 1993 is ICT in Teacher Education, Learning Without Burden, Learning Through Broadcasting, none of the above. Correct answer is option B, Learning Without Burden. 1993 में मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ ह्यूमन रिसोर्स डेवलपमेंट ने एक नेशनल एडवाइजरी कमेटी सेटअप की थी, ये सजेस्ट करने के लिए कि स्कूल स्टूडेंट्स का एकेडमिक बर्डन कैसे कम किया जाए और स्कूल एजुकेशन का स्टैंडर्ड कैसे इम्प्रूव किया जाए। और इस कमेटी के चेयरमैन थे मिस्टर यशपाल, इसलिए इसे यशपाल कमेटी भी कहते हैं। द रिपोर्ट ऑफ द कमेटी वॉज टाइटल्ड एज लर्निंग विदाउट बर्डन। 13th question is, the father of psychoanalysis is Eric H. Erikson, Jean Piaget, Jerome S. Bruner or Sigmund Freud. Correct answer is option D, Sigmund Freud. 14th question is, which of the following does not belong to a projected aid? Projected aid means visual instructional devices which are shown with a projector. So here the options are option A, overhead projector, option B, blackboard, option C, epidiascope और option D, slide projector. Epidiascope जो होता है वो एक projector होता है for images of both opaque objects and transparencies. Now the correct option here is option B, blackboard. 15th question is, micro teaching is more effective. Option A, during the preparation for teaching practice. Option B, during the teaching practice. Option C, after the teaching practice. Or option D, always. Correct answer is option B, during the teaching practice. माइक्रो टीचिंग होता क्या है? माइक्रो टीचिंग एक टीचर ट्रेनिंग एंड फैकल्टी डेवलपमेंट टेक्निक है. माइक्रो टीचिंग वॉज इन्वेंटेड इन 1963 एट स्टैनफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी बाय ड्वाइट डब्ल्यू एलन. Micro मतलब small, limited or narrow. So micro teaching is a teaching situation where a teacher prepares a short lesson, say of 20 minutes max, for limited number of learners like 3 to 10 students. The teacher only teach one concept by using 1 or 2 teaching skills. The emphasis is on practicing and refining the teaching skills. Micro teaching is used to help currently working teachers to improve their teaching skills. 16th question is, John Locke's phrase of tabula rasa means free education, tal and ras, mind itself is a result of the process of evolution, or all of the above. Correct answer is option C, mind itself is a result of the process of evolution. Tabula rasa is a Latin word which means blank slate. According to John Locke, हमारा brain birth के time पर blank होता है, जिसे हम अपने experience से, education से, environmental influence से fill करते हैं. So these things shape the child's process of development. 17th question is, kindergarten system of education means garden of small kids, which is indebted to A. Plato, B. Froebel, C. Dewey, D. Spencer. Correct answer is option B. Froebel. The term kindergarten was coined by the German educator Friedrich Froebel for the play and activity institute that he created in 1837 somewhere in Germany as a social experience for children for their transition from home to school. जिसमें playing, singing, drawing and social interaction ये सब activities include थी. And now this term is used in many countries including India for educational institutions and learning spaces for small children. 18th question is, spare the rod and spoil the child gives the message that punishment in the class should be banned, corporal punishment is not acceptable, undesirable behaviour must be punished, children should be beaten with rods. Correct answer is option C. Undesirable behaviour must be punished. Spare the rod and spoil the child is a phrase which means that if you do not punish a child when they do something wrong, they will not learn what is right. 19th question is, at least 1/3 of the learning that will determine later levels of school achievement has already taken place by age 6. This is a statement most closely associated with the writings of Benjamin Bloom, Margaret Mead, Martin Mayer or Nathan Glazer. Correct answer is option A, Benjamin Bloom. Benjamin Samuel Bloom was an American educational psychologist who made contributions to the classification of educational objectives and to the theory of mastery learning. Mastery learning focuses on mastering a topic before you move on to a more advanced one. Students can achieve mastery if they are allowed to learn the material at their own pace. Next question is, classroom environment is not open and independent at which of the following levels of teaching? Memory level of teaching, reflective level of teaching, understanding level of teaching or both A and C? Correct answer is option D, both A and C. रिफ्लेक्टिव लेवल पर क्लासरूम एनवायरनमेंट फ्री होता है, ओपन होता है, फ्रैंक एंड इंडिपेंडेंट होता है, जबकि मेमोरी लेवल और अंडरस्टैंडिंग लेवल में टीचर का रोल डोमिनेंट एंड अथॉरिटेरियन होता है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, देयर इज अ शिफ्ट इन टीचिंग पैराडाइम फ्रॉम डैश टू डैश. ए, लर्नर सेंटर्ड, टीचर सेंटर्ड. बी, टीचर सेंटर्ड टू ग्रुप सेंटर्ड. सी, ग्रुप सेंटर्ड टू लर्नर सेंटर्ड और डी, टीचर सेंटर्ड टू learner centered. The correct answer is option D, teacher centered to learner centered. Next question is, which of the following domain is related with intellectual skills? A, cognitive domain, B, psychomotor domain, C, affective domain or D, learning domain? The correct answer is option A, cognitive domain. So there is this model, Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom's taxonomy is one of the most recognized learning theories in the field of education. इसमें 3 learning domains होते हैं, cognitive, affective and psychomotor. The cognitive domain involves knowledge and the development of intellectual skills. The psychomotor domain includes physical movement, coordination, and use of motor skill areas. The affective domain focuses on the attitudes, interests, and appreciation of learners. Question number 23 is micro teaching can be used for A. Lower classes, B. Senior classes, C. 8th to 10th class, or D. Both for lower and senior classes. Correct answer is option D. Both for lower and senior classes. Next question is micro teaching was popularized by A. Stanford University, B. Oxford University, C. Harvard University, D. MIT. Correct answer is option A. Stanford University. 25th question is Swayamprabha is an initiative of A. IITs and IISc, B. Ministry of Education, C. Ministry of Human Resource Development, or D. NCERT. Correct answer is option C. Ministry of Human Resource Development. The Swayamprabha is a group of 34 DTH channels devoted to telecasting of high quality educational programs on 24/7 basis using the GSAT-15 satellite. The DTH channels covers higher education, school education, curriculum based courses, and also assist students of class 11th and 12th to prepare for competitive exams. So ये थे टीचिंग एप्टीट्यूड पर कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस. हमने हायर एजुकेशन सिस्टम, पीपल एंड एनवायरनमेंट और यूजीसी नेट के बाकी के सब्जेक्ट्स पर भी वीडियोस अपलोड की हैं, तो आप वो वीडियोस देख सकते हैं. इसके अलावा अगर आप यूजीसी नेट पेपर 1 पर फ्री स्टडी मटेरियल चाहते हैं तो आप हमारी वेबसाइट भी विजिट कर सकते हैं. आई हैव ऑल्सो शेयर द लिंक ऑफ द वेबसाइट इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स. और अगर आपको ये वीडियो अच्छी लगी हो, यूजफुल लगी हो, तो प्लीज़ डोंट हेजिटेट टू लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब. यू कैन ऑल्सो फॉलो अस ऑन फेसबुक एंड इंस्टाग्राम. थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग.